Hi, Tommeia.
Hi.
Thank you for agreeing to meet with me and share your testimonials. So, you recently participated and took my Self Love for Empathic Souls group coaching program. And this is a time for you to share your experience. There's going to be somebody or people out there who are going to be listening and they're going to want to know, what is this all about? Is this for them? And most importantly, what the participants' experience was like. And so thank you for taking some time out to share your experience so people can get a feel of what it was like to take the program.
Thank you for
So,
again helping me get out of my comfort zone.
I'm the queen of that. That's what I do. Well, Tamia, first share with me because we don't know each other personally.
Right.
So share, how did you find me and how did you hear about me?
Some friends from Orlando posted about some type of women, I'm not sure, some type of leadership program or something during the summer or a couple of months ago. And I didn't get to attend at first, but another friend mentioned it. And so I watched it. I think it was 2 days and I watched it and I remembered you from that.
Mm.
And she mentioned that you had a group and I was like, oh. So I went to the group and my friend and I both joined the group that day. And we've been in there since. When I saw that, I wanted to connect with her in some kind of way. So when this opportunity came, I just jumped. I didn't even really look at anything. I didn't read a whole lot. I just jumped because I just want to go ahead and do it. And
I
I
love it. I love it. I think you were like one of the first people who registered too. And I was so excited for you because we had connected before that.
yeah.
Well, tell me what made you invest in the program? Like, what was it about what you were seeing in and the community you're referring to is the Self Love for Empathic Souls free
Mhm.
Facebook group. So, like, what were you seeing? What was it about that and like the message that you've been hearing from me that made you feel like this is for me?
I've been thinking a lot about self-love. And I don't know if it was a post recently, but it kind of fed on something I've been thinking for a while. So people talk about, going to get massages or getting your nails done and your hair done, about self-care. That's not my thing. I'm not that girl. So I don't do those things, but I've been thinking about self-care, self-love requires deeper things than that. And I thought that this was an opportunity for that. So
Absolutely. I love that you said that too, because that's something that I'm always sharing with people. Like, self love is so much deeper than bubble baths and getting your hair and nails. So I'm so glad you mentioned that. Um,
yeah,
prior to
because I'm
you,
more than a person who sits in a tub. I'm more than that.
exactly. And
There's
that's,
so
if
much
you
more to
think
me
about it,
than
it's
that.
like the surface.
Hmm.
So I love that you even knew that before entering the program, where you're like, there's more to me than just what the eye sees.
Hmm.
Have you ever invested in coaching services before or a group coaching program before?
Never,
So, how
never.
did
I
it feel like investing in yourself in that way?
felt like I needed to do it, because this affects so much more of my life than other things. This can impact me for years to come.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to change years to come, I had to invest in myself like right now. And so
Mhm.
I have to do it.
I love that. And I love the way that you viewed it as that, where you're already recognizing that if there's going to be some changes that you want to make in different areas of your life, that it starts with making that decision now as opposed to waiting for later to arrive. And so many people, they keep saying tomorrow or Monday or next month or next year, or, in the future, but you made a decision to say, no, I'm going to do it now.
Yeah.
So I commend you for that. That's awesome.
Thank you for that opportunity, because I don't know that I saw many opportunities for something like this even before. So I don't know that I would have even really considered it had it not been for that chain of events where somebody made a post and I followed and watched the video, and so I don't know that I'd seen that a lot before.
And I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that you, something in your soul was calling for something more and it was meant for you to see it. That's just what I believe. I don't believe in coincidences. So I believe those chain of events happen for a reason. um, so how was your experience? How was your experience in the program? What was it like?
I enjoyed, so I was a part of a group program. And so I got to meet other ladies who had lives similar to mine, whose lives are totally different from mine. And there were still similarities regardless of what our experiences were, right? So I know the things that I've experienced and dealt with and my struggles. So for me to be able to talk to someone else or listen to someone else or encourage someone else who has similar issues, I thought that was very useful. And I think that we all connected and we want to stay connected
Yeah.
actually. So I thought that was really useful. And then the activities each week forced me to think in ways that I hadn't before.
Mm,
So it really, I had to sit in a quiet place and get comfortable and try to think some things through.
yeah.
And I remember, I think I said it during one of our calls. Um, on one of our sessions, you had us to think through what like this perfect day would be like,
Yeah.
and I struggled with it.
Mm,
But later, I was able to come up with a lot of things. I think that's a bit of growth. So
yeah.
the activities force you to think about things you hadn't thought about before.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I believe in doing the work.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you brought that up, the activities, because I do assignments, whether if it's in my group coaching or my private coaching, I always give assignments. And I feel like it is the most important part of the work is you taking that time out for yourself, because you can take that with you for time
Yeah.
long after this. You now have the tools, you have the information. Can you see yourself using this as a reference point in the future, like if something ever comes up or maybe you feel stuck, like you're like, okay, I know what to do now?
Definitely, I remember instances where I would recall something that you said about challenging a thought and stopping to try to change the way I'm thinking about something. And then even I think I said it at another time, like there was a time in life when I would write and I stopped doing that. So
Mm,
doing this, I'm actually like writing things down, and I'm making sure it's in a good place that I'm comfortable with. I have to have the right paper and the right pen, but I'm taking time to invest
yeah,
in that time about what makes me feel good because I do like to write and I do think it's useful and I can reflect back on those things
yeah, yeah.
and I want to.
I love it. So, Tamia, share with us, what was your journey like before you entered my virtual world, as I call it? And then how has it been since coming into my virtual world with the community, then enrolling into the program and taking the program? Like, can you share with us a little bit of comparison?
I'm an overthinker, period. So I'm aware of that, but I think I have more tools to kind of control some of that
Mhm,
and redirect some of it.
mhm.
So I'm doing it a lot more than I had before. Usually my brain would just go and I'll go with it.
Yeah, yeah,
But I've learned a little bit more to help me kind of control and say, okay, this isn't useful to you.
yeah,
And what are you gonna do? How can you change or just stop and move to something else because you can't lay there,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I'm
Awesome.
doing that better.
I love it. Growth, growth, growth. I love it. And it's all about progress, not perfection. So I love that.
Right. Right.
What would you say to someone who's on the fence about investing in themselves in this way with a coaching program?
You need to do it. I think it's invaluable. And there's no time like right now, because you'll sit next to you and think, oh, I wonder if I'd done this a year ago, how different I could be now.
Mhm.
You don't know, so you might as well just go ahead and do it now. Just go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
Just go ahead. Why not?
yeah,
Make that, you have to make that investment.
yeah.
Oh,
And there's a reason I call it investment, because um, we will spend money on so many other tangible things in our lives, but this is you literally investing into yourself. So, do you feel like you would have put in the same effort and the work if you had not had to put a monetary investment into the program?
I don't know, but I knew that I wanted to get the value out of it. you know, but just just having someone who can help guide you through it, I think is the most important thing.
Mhm.
And that's time is an investment, you have
Mhm.
to do that. So
Absolutely, absolutely. So would you recommend the program or my coaching services to anyone that you knew who needed it?
I already have two people before the session was over. Two people very close to me, I've
Yeah,
already recommended it to. So, and
yeah,
they're already starting their own way of participating in some kind of way. So
yeah, yeah.
definitely.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Is there anything else that you want to share about what your experience was like, or to anyone who may be listening to this and they're, like I said, on the fence and they're like, what the heck is this coaching stuff about? Any last words you want to share?
I just think it's one of the best investments you can make to kind of take the time to sit back and reflect and think about how you want to be better
Yeah,
and how somebody can help you be better
yeah,
and be intentional about it, because I think that a lot of times I've just kind of gone with the flow, let's see what happens.
mhm,
But you can be intentional about some things and the
yeah,
way you talk to yourself and think about things, and
yeah.
that's important. So take the time to make yourself better.
Awesome. I love it. Well, thanks again, Tamia, for your time and sharing your testimonial with us.
Thank you.